Hey there, Sharon and Steve. Yeah, it is in a new spot. We're down here by the Sprint Pavilion. I wanted to take you guys inside this village of vendors here. Take a look down here. I want to show you guys this. These depressions, if you can see them right here, it's a little bit difficult, and in the background, these are what's in question. The flag is one of the hardest parts of this year's maze. A lot of these are just straight lines, and as you can see, I myself am coming up on a dead end. The project on West Main spans all the way from Ridge Street back there, and then all the way down to UVA grounds. Using their cell phones while driving in Albemarle County in 2014 and 2018. Let's take a look. School staff here at Albemarle County tell me 3 out of every 10 children here are enrolled in free and reduced lunches. Advocates say that those plans are driving up costs, which they say leaves consumers with a difficult choice, either to pay hundreds of dollars more in premiums or have less coverage.
To compare with other areas around us?
Sure. I mean, the man that I spoke with, he said that he's looked around Greene, Stanton, and Charlottesville, and he says that these regulations are actually much stricter than those. Students packed into this theater from Burley Middle School, but they ditched that soda and popcorn and went straight to see the movie Harriet, which tells the story of the iconic abolitionist. These are just a couple of the examples that Paul Flick is giving out.
None of this, I mean, you cannot recognize any of it. I mean, it's a total loss. It's just a total loss.
This rubble and ash was once home to Ryle's furniture store.
When I say I lost everything, I mean everything was lost.
A lightning strike left business owner Ryle Thomas at a loss for words.
I don't know what to say. It just brings back so many.
And so much more.
So many memories. I really can't explain that feeling. I mean, it's a one-time feeling in a lifetime. I mean, who thinks that a lightning strike is going to hit your business that you've taken, 3 decades to put together? After the dust settled with the fire, Ryle Thomas thought he would be covered with this insurance policy. However, he soon found out that none of it would be covered because it was an act of God. If you have a small business or any business, look into your insurance policy, because if there's an act of God or some sort of natural disaster, you may not be covered.
Despite the total loss, Thomas stayed positive.
You can't give up on your dreams.
Now he's reopened his shop in a new space in the same complex. All of it made possible with a little help along the way.
Love your neighbors yourself, and what better ways to help them, reach down and help them out.
Charlie Bourne owns the auto body shop next to Ryle's old location. Just before the fire, he planned to move into what is now the new space for Ryle's furniture store.
And he said, Ryle, I'm doing pretty well, and I can't watch my neighbor lose their business when my business is running. So I want you to take the space.
It's not about being recognized. It's about just helping your neighbor. People from across the Commonwealth,
Deerfield, Virginia.
Virginia Beach, Virginia.
I'm from Loudoun County.
On opposing sides of the gun debate.
It's a people problem. It's not a gun problem.
We just can't stand back with the laws that we have now because it's not working. We have to make a change.
Protesters are here on either side, determined to get their message across to legislators here in Richmond. For some gun control advocates, the issue hits close to home.
My son got pumped 9 bullets in him. This is why I'm here. I'm here for others. I'm here for the young children that keep dying every day in Hampton Roads.
Students fighting for stricter laws, hoping it may ease some of their fears.
We would practice active shooter drills almost every single month. I really want to make sure that we're working to implement laws that will help, prevent more loss of life in the future.
Gun rights advocate Larry Lewis says this issue needs to be solved differently.
We need to start enforcing the gun control laws that we have. We need to start putting more stricter punishments on folks that are doing these crimes.
For Lewis and other gun rights advocates, it's about their rights.
The Constitution, the Second Amendment, is not negotiable.
I'm here to defend our constitutional rights. I want to be able to defend myself and the people that I love. I don't want to have the remorse of what if I had been able to do something.
Despite their disagreements on the issue, there is one thing demonstrators on both sides agree on.
And I really hope that our lawmakers can come across the aisle and work for common sense solutions.
Open dialogue is always a good thing. I mean, the more we're divided as a people, the more we play into the politicians' hands.
All right, if you'll notice, there's 16.
These doors lead straight
Wasting time.
to
It's
Wayne
not my
Flint's
time, it's
slice
your
of
time.
paradise.
All right, if you'll
It's certainly
notice,
not
there's
for
16.
everyone, but it's been Flint's passion for nearly 50 years.
I guess it's been great because I'm still here.
He's been teaching physical education at Stony Point
Be
Elementary
playing defense.
since 1972.
I think as long as I enjoy it, as long as the kids are happy, and as long as the kids are successful, stick with it.
Sometimes he's tough on the kids,
Change your strength.
but it's because he once stood in the exact same spot.
I went to elementary school here. Growing up in the community, I had the advantage of knowing kids. I know the parents.
As he explains the next activity,
I need you to get a belt
his students
and 2
know
red flags.
Mr. Flint truly cares.
It matters. Like, sometimes he pushes us, really what we need. What he's like, kind. He's strict though, but he's still kind. He wants us to do the right thing.
Over decades of teaching, Mr. Flint has gotten to know each of his students and has seen firsthand how they apply some of the lessons learned in class.
Jack, good job. Just things that'll make these kids be successful, how to get along with each other in a community.
A community that Mr. Flint just cannot seem to get enough of.
He comes in every day ready to do his best for kids.
And that keeps him coming back year after year. Just a few weeks ago, Tina Moore's life,
that's my wedding picture, my husband,
changed forever.
I would bump into stuff and I was bruising, like it looked like somebody just beat me, literally beat me and pulled me up and down the stairs.
She shrugged off the bruises.
And I was blaming it on infection. I'm sick, I'm on antibiotics.
She had no idea the blue and purple was a symptom of one of the rarest forms of leukemia.
Ms. Moore has a diagnosis of acute myeloid leukemia. It is a cancer of the bone marrow, where one of the stem cells creating white blood cells has cancer.
Now she's fighting each day.
This is what I look like without it.
To spread awareness of the rare disease.
If I can save one life, I want to save one life.
She has some tough days.
Ran a fever straight for 2 days. I have a lot of support, and I'm grateful for it, and I need it.
And even some tougher ones ahead.
They told me that I would never go into remission with chemotherapy only.
Doctors say Moore needs a stem cell transplant from a bone marrow donor if she's going to survive this cancer.
If you are selected as a potential donor, you can really save a patient's life.
But in the meantime, she's made this small hospital room look and feel like home.
From my friend Tabby at work, I have a huge snack cabinet down here.
Though unsure of what the future holds, Moore says the cancer has given her a new perspective.
My biggest support is to get up and fight the fight every day. I never would have thought of this disease if it wasn't put upon me.